Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Pride and Plotlines. Today we will be delving into the ever-expanding imaginary canvas of fan fiction. Fan fiction can range from untold backstories to dramatic plotlines. For me, today we're going to be talking about my fan fiction, which delves into the world of Elizabeth and Darcy and so many more of our favorites. The creative variation simply breathes life into these beloved characters. And so grab your coffee, your tea, settle in, and let's embark into regions outside of Pemberley, as the story is never really over here. So basically in this story, it's called Beyond Pemberley. Elizabeth and Darcy are happily married, and life is kind of disrupted when George Wickham reappears and spreads evil rumors that shake the foundation of their happiness. For Elizabeth, there is humiliation of having to face Lady Catherine and the pressure of the society to deal with. There is also the issue of her relationship with Darcy, which she cannot seem to balance between defending her and allowing her to defend herself. The conflict escalates to confrontation in a public place, and Elizabeth's intelligence and Darcy's loyalty reveals Wickham's scheming and thus strengthening their relationship. They reconstruct trust within the society and come out as stronger individuals in the last part of the piece. With a grand ball at Pemberley as they display their love for each other, and it's a story about hope and trust and how love can survive without most testings of circumstances. So today we are going to answer some listener questions. These are questions that have been submitted by listeners or readers of the story, and we're just going to answer a few of them. So the first one is from Priscilla, and she asked, how did you develop the characters in your narrative? Were they inspired by real people or entirely fictional? So for me, the main characters' personalities were completely developed from the previous work of Jane Austen, specifically Elizabeth's wits and her confidence, and Darcy's kind of quiet strength. I aimed at really developing their relationship dynamic and how they overcome obstacles in the course of the same level of partnership. The second one is from Anastasia, and she asked, how did the setting contribute to the overall mood or theme of the narrative? So the setting is Pemberley, which is a large and beautiful house, palace, whatever you want to refer it as. It represents the development of Elizabeth and Darcy as individuals as well as a couple. It depicts the contrast and conflicts that are brought in by the external environment that captures the growth of the relationship. It also really shows that their development as the development of society and how it grows, and how they grow within this place, and as well as kind of like the class and the wealth of it really helps them develop. Connor asked, what role does style or language play in your writing, and how did you determine the tone and voice for the narrative? So I wrote in a manner and choice of words that was similar to Austen's, with formal language but somewhat easy to understand, basically with the aim of creating the desired atmosphere of the time period, while also making it legible and kind of fitting into societal norms now. The dialogue particularly was designed in a way that would portray the characters as intelligent but yet complex and strategic in a way. Lily asked, were there any challenges or obstacles that you faced while writing this narrative, and how did you overcome them? For me, the major difficulty was mainly to preserve Austen's tone. and her approach while creating an original plot as the extension of Pride and Prejudice. Basically, in order to avoid this, I paid as much attention as I could to the characters' voices while incorporating new conflicts and solving them, and kind of putting myself in their shoes, and also in a big fan's shoes and what would they would like to see, but while also keeping it somewhat reasonable and within the time period as well. And the last one, which while is a complex one, we will try to answer as well as possible. It's from Tanner, and he asked, what universal theme did you want readers to take away from your narrative, and how did you work to convey the universal theme to my audience? So pretty easy. The central theme or idea of the fan fiction is that love requires trust, openness, and strength, to survive. This was really illustrated in the scene where Elizabeth and Darcy kind of face off against Wickham, as well as when they are trying to regain trust within the community. So these are both scenes that really show strength, specifically for the first one, and then trust and openness for the second one as well. So those are two major ways. There are more within the story, but these are two major ways in which I work to convey that universal theme with my audience. So thank you guys for listening to today's episode. I really love doing this fan fiction for everyone who just needed a little bit more of that Pride and Prejudice in their life. So thank you so much for joining us in Pride Plotline today, and we'll see you next time.